Incredible greetings. Excuse me. Hello, everyone. Incredible greetings. How are you guys doing? I am Shakia, the professor of HS Inc. 365. We are the home of. Wait, can y'all see it? Let's see. Bam. Honestly speaking, I don't even know if y'all can actually see it or not, but hey, we are the home of Honestly Speaking, where we carry the most efficient sublimation paper and ink combination. It's great for beginners. If you haven't heard of our product, with our product, you can sublimate as low as 365 degrees, as fast as 30 seconds, which we are going to demo for you live tonight. No editing or anything like that. This is probably going to be the fastest double-sided sublimation shirt outside of the teaching part of it that you guys will see. So I'm going to go through my personal techniques for making a shirt. As beginners, if you're new to this, there's some things that others that teach this may advise you to do otherwise. But with using the paper that I'm using, I can avoid a lot of those things, and you can too if you are a beginner. Our products help ease like the fear and the stress of feeling like you're going to mess up when it comes to sublimation, because it works at such a low temperature. So even if you don't have a really like top of the line or great heat press, you're still going to get great results. If your temperature kind of fluctuates, we know sometimes that's like the kiss of death when it comes to sublimation, is having a heat press where the temperature fluctuates. And then when it comes to time, because it's going to release in a short amount of time, even if you still want to do 60 seconds, 55 seconds, somewhere in there, you're going to get a really great press. So if you're new to sublimation, or you're just having some difficulties, I want you guys to stick around to the end. Watch me as I make the shirt. It's going to be really quick because we're only doing one shirt for a very... someone who wants to cause a lot of a ruckus tomorrow at a party, like at a football party, or he's going somewhere to watch football, and he wants to be very disrespectful. So look, all of you Dallas fans, don't come for me when you see this shirt, okay? Don't come for me. I just designed it based off of what they asked me to design, all right? But we're going to do that with our product. Honestly speaking, again, we carry paper and the ink. Our ink is 140 milliliters. It is keyed for EcoTank so that you can use it with EcoTank printers as well as the workforce printers. We are going to use, I don't have a Team 365 shirt. We're going to use a sports tech shirt. I am one where I like more of the semi-gloss type shirts. It's not the cotton-like one. It has some weight to it. Like it's a thicker shirt and it has like a semi-gloss. So it's not the cotton-like shirts. I personally don't prefer them. So my go-to shirts are Team 365 and Sport Tech. Let's see what else. Of course, it was designed in Silhouette Studio. Y'all know that's my program of choice for creating my designs. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started. All right. So who all here is currently doing sublimation? Let me know. Well, it's always easier, I guess, I just do simple numbers. So if you are already doing sublimation, go ahead and put a 3. If you are thinking about it, but haven't quite committed to any particular heat press, go ahead and put a 6 and put a 5 if, hey, I'm doing it, but I need some help. All right. So, can always use some help. Let me go ahead and put that 5, like put 5 of that to you. Okay. Your Dallas is your team. Well, you might not like this shirt. You may not like this. So let's see. Yay. I know, right? Thank you. Oh, another person from Texas. Ooh. Look, if y'all are Cowboys fans, don't come for me. Okay. Let's see. Is Epson 4850 okay with Honestly Speaking? So when it comes to any Epson printer, you can use any sublimation ink. It does not matter which ink it is. I promise y'all, I'm not going to bore you with the ink talk. But if it is an EcoTank printer that's not a 16600 or 16650 printer, your colors are going to still be slightly off if you have like pre-made designs. You can get closer to accurate colors using a color chart. Like a design like this that I made, I actually I picked the colors for it. So I actually was doing like a little test strip because I was trying to figure out the right color. And you can plug in your colors on like based off of your printer. So of course our ink can work with that particular printer. Any Epson printer can be used for sublimation as long as it's an EcoTank, or you find compatible cartridges if it's a cartridge-based printer. All right. So I see a lot of 3s. I see a lot of 3s here. Awesome. Okay, so a lot of threes, a lot of threes. So we have a 5 where, hey, I could use a little bit of help. All right, we don't have, everyone here has some sort of sublimation setup. I don't see any 6. Don't see anyone that's doing, let's putting 6 as in you are doing other creative things and you're thinking about getting into sublimation. So I don't see those just yet. So I brought your paper and ink already. You're going to be good to go. I already know this shirt's going to be fire. Hey, just say. All right. So I got to get my my TikTok going so I can do TikTok shop. But we're going to make this show. Like I said, it's going to be quick. I'm going to go through teaching through this. So it will seem longer, but it's because I'm teaching. Well, you know what? Let's make sure. Although I know people will watch the playback, we didn't have any 6s. We only had maybe 1 or 2 5s for people who kind of still need some help. Do we have any newbies in the house? Like, do we have any newbies on the live broadcast right now? Where your sub, you know, you're still kind of having some hiccups here and there. Because that will kind of determine the pace that I go and what all I go through when it comes to subbing this shirt and teaching this information. All right, so we got a couple. I think those are the ones that put the 5, the 2 people that put the 5. Okay. So I won't bore the rest of you. Maybe just want to kind of see this disrespectful shirt and just see me do sublimation. So I won't bore you guys with the technicals of sublimation and all that, because you know you probably have done this. You can always watch we have tons and tons and tons of videos that really break down how to make a sublimation shirt. Thank you. Oh yes, my HS ink, Shakia the Professor. I don't know if y'all can see that. And then my QR code that ended up not working, but it's okay. Now I can confidently put the ink in and try to press my color charts first. Yes, put that in first. When you put the ink in and you turn it on, just make sure you hold down. Like after you do, like I think you set up like the English and all that, like the language and stuff, hold down that question mark. Don't skip that step to charge your inks. If you skip that step and you just start to try and print, it's not going to really print when it comes to the EcoTank printers, okay? All right, so I'm going to switch you guys over to the other camera so that I can also teach over here on TikTok. So let's go ahead and switch that over. Bam, there we go. And then I know the lighting, I got to fix the lighting over there. Trust me, I know. Then let me switch over my microphone. All right. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. No, you can watch over here. It's fine. I do TikTok shop over there, so that's why love the vibrant colors on your jacket. Thank you. So I'm gonna do TikTok, but either will work. You're gonna get the same kind of view. I would like to know how to get rid of the press lines from the paper when using the tile method. So you won't really be able to get rid of that because of the overlapping. It's still kind of there. Now you can press it to somewhat smooth it out like you're going to see me do with this one, but where the papers meet, it's more so about how you piece it or tape it together. I do have a shirt. I got to figure out where it is. I've shown it a couple of times over the past couple of lives. It's an all over shirt. I got to just figure out where it is, and I can show you how that one came out for you to see that you're always going to see that line of demarcation. There's really no way around that. Oh, the switchover was cool. StreetYard. I'm not experiencing some summation. I would like to see what you have to do. Okay, you're not doing summation yet. All right, cool beans. Let me try and get this shirt real quick. I think it might be over here. Okay, it's not the one I wanted, but hey, it's one of them. So I'll show you where you can still see that line of demarcation. Oh, wait, I didn't hit go live over here. So let's hit go live. All right, and add products. Got it. Doot, doot, doot. And pen. Okay, so this is a shirt that I did on live. Oh, wait, let me bring my microphone over. I did this shirt on live a while ago. Not sure. It's probably 2 years old now. All right. So where this is pieced together at, I got to find it. It's on here. I just got to figure out where it's pieced together at. Okay. I see. All right. Right here. So I'm going to try the, oh God. I don't know if you can, okay, let's see. Maybe if I come down here, I can see it a little bit better. Down here. Maybe you won't be able to see it. It's still there. Like, okay, I feel bad now because I'm saying like you can't avoid it. It is there. Like, I'm not bullcrapping. It's there, but how I do mine for all over, I don't use a Yucca board. To me, that makes that line stand out even more. So I don't use a Yucca board. I use our tacky paper. But it is there. You just have to piece it together the right way to avoid it, but it's literally right here where the line of demarcation is. Now, if yours is showing more so white, that's like in how you're piecing it together. I'm trying to find the cross line. This was not a single print. I promise you it wasn't. But I got to figure out where the lines are. Okay, wait. Here's another line. Maybe you can see it better in the black. The separation between them. Like you can see the lines there. I can see it on the monitor. But I don't use a Yucca board. So it might be using the board. I use tacky paper and I just tape it down so I don't have to. So all right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. We are going to sublimate a shirt today using, honestly speaking, sublimation paper. Oh, come on. Stop moving. I'm trying to scroll up and down the comments. If you guys are new here, say hello. If you're new to sublimation, let us know in the comments. If you are currently doing sublimation, let us, if you're not using, honestly speaking, sublimation paper, or even if you are, because some of y'all haven't quite committed. It's like y'all say y'all love us, but you haven't quite committed to taking full advantage of our paper. So let me know, what temperature and time do you guys use when doing sublimation shirts? Let me know that in the comments. Oh, there's a lot of comments over here. Let me come back over here real quick. It's a lot of comments over here. Okay, so I got an Epson 7610, which is like new. I want to convert sublimation. Now, you have one of the best printers for sublimation. We do sell the cartridges on our website, and you can get the ink, and you're going to get amazing colors with that particular printer because sublimation ink is made to match that type of printer's profile. So definitely check out our website. We have tons of videos. We have pre-filled cartridges where all you have to do is set it up with the Epson cartridges, do an in cartridge replacement, put the sublimation ones in there. Well, of course, after you take out the vent plug, put them in there, run a print head cleaning, and you are set up, ready to go. That's it. we have already done the first step for you. I'm new. Hi, from New Jersey. I am a 5. Okay. I have a 15,000 and a 2760. Can I switch brands of ink if I have another type of salt? Yes, you can. I will say you may not see that much of a difference with using those particular printers because of the type of ink that they use. Check out our videos where we really break down the differences in the printers and the inks. Why do I get little red dots even when I use a lint brush? Probably because you're using a paper that you have to use 400 degrees for 60 seconds. Red, I've never really seen. That might be something on your paper. Normally people say that it's blue. Also, you'll get the let's see over here, what temp and time. Has anyone commented what temp and time you use for sublimation? Don't forget to go ahead and double tap that screen. All right. Let's see. Yes, I don't use a lint roller ever, except for when I'm doing black cotton shirts. It's the colors for me, Team HS Ink. Woohoo! You did a good job. If you can't see it, look, I'm just saying, okay? It's there though, okay? It's there. I promise you it's there. But I don't use the Yucca board. I don't do that method. I said if you don't use my paper, but thank you. 365, 30 seconds, you got to be using Honestly Speaking. 385, 55 seconds. So you might be using our paper or not. I use 385, 45 seconds, but we know you use HSE. But that's not bad. 365 for 40 seconds. I love HS Ink. I switch. I follow time and temps on the packaging. Yay! All right. So let's see over here. Anyone comment, or these are all just joining the lives? Okay, just ordered me some more paper. Ooh, ooh, we like repeat customers. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to use a Sport Tech. So it's SPORTTEK. Sport Tech is the shirt that I'm going to use this evening. All right, so you guys can see that Sport Tech. It is 100% polyester. I really think this is going to be too big for my brother. Like, he has gotten super, super skinny. I'm really thinking this shirt going to be too big for him because him don't got skin tight. I kind of want to make him I don't know. He going to have to get this. He said a large before. He going to get a large, but I swear I think this is going to be too big for him because he's gotten skin tight. All right. Let's go over some things that you need to know about sublimation and using, well, just sublimation in general, whether you are using Honestly Speaking sublimation paper, which you can find in it's pinned below. You'll find it in the shopping cart if you're over here on TikTok Shop, okay? So sublimation, you need sublimation ink. Technically, it is best to use sublimation paper, but you can use any paper. You can print to a brown paper bag if you wanted to, and it will still transfer and you'll be able to sublimate. Gotta switch my microphone over. Hold on. Okay. You're gonna need polyester, I'm gonna say just polyester. I gotta stop saying that. I say that because all these other people teach that. It's not polyester that you need, like, only. Polyester is the #1 synthetic fiber, but it must be a synthetic fiber that is woven in a way that will handle heat. You can sublimate to things like polyesters, satin, nylon, spandex, just to name a few, okay? But most commonly, it's going to be a polyester fabric. I try to stay within 100% because you're going to get the best colors that way. But you can use any percentage. The lower the percentage, the lighter the image is going to look. It's not going to be super vibrant. If you use a 50% blend, it's going, only 50% of it will hold the ink. Cotton will actually take sublimation ink. It's just going to look really, really light. What's going to hold the ink is just that 50%. So it's not going to be super, super vibrant. And as you wash it, what's in the cotton will actually wash away. 65%, a lot of people like to use those when they're doing the blended shirts. You have to have some peroxide. Well, not the blended, the bleach shirts. You have to put the peroxide on, all that kind of good jazz. Or you can always press it first and then bleach it out. I think when you do it that way, you avoid the peroxide because you're not burning the bleach and stuff that's on there. But that's the story for another day because we're working with a high count or high percentage polyester shirt. You are going to need butcher paper, but not how most people traditionally teach using butcher paper, okay? In most like videos, they'll tell you to have a piece and put it on the inside. How many of you guys have watched a video, YouTube, Facebook, paid for a class, and they teach you to put the butcher paper inside the shirts? How many of you guys have been taught that or seen that or heard that? Then they'll tell you to have another piece for the top to put on top of your sublimation paper. How many guys have heard that you need butcher paper to put on the top to protect your heat press? Okay, so someone says they have. All right, so me, okay, I've seen that. Me, alrighty. Okay, you as well. All right. I'm not going to say that that's wrong, but when you're using our product, you can avoid it. This is still money, all right? Yes, you can get the really big roll of butcher paper or parchment paper, but this is still money. And most of you guys don't really include this and think about how much of this you're going through when you're doing your pricing, your budgeting for your business. So this can be something that adds up. Yeah, it's only like, what, $25 for a really big roll. It may seem like it's not that big of a deal, but it can add up. All right. And so we heard someone say, when it comes to lint brushing, how many of you guys, you've seen tutorials, you've been taught to use a lint brush, lint brush everything. I've seen people lint brushing tumblers and mugs. So how many of you guys have been taught to lint brush everything? Lint brush everything. Okay, I have. I've seen that done. Me. Okay. All right. So me. All right. So you've never heard anyone say the lint brush. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Unless you've been following me, because I really don't lint brush. And then the other thing that you are instructed to use is heat tape. Now, I am not going to say that you don't need heat tape. There are going to be times where you're going to need heat tape. Okay. Heat tape is essential when it comes to doing sublimation. So I'm going to go ahead and pin that down to the bottom. We do have heat tape. Our heat tape is non-staining, non-marking. So you can heat it up and you're not going to get those yellow marks on your tumblers, on your shirts, on your substrates, anything like that. Non-staining, non-marking. Now, there's some where every time they put sublimation down, they are using heat tape. This could add up as well. If it's a nice size piece and I'm not doing like a little person shirt, I really don't use the heat tape. So you're not going to see me use this at all. But it's good to have heat tape. You definitely want to have it. We carry heat tape in 6 different sizes. They all serve a purpose. 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, and 6 inches. Trust me, they all serve a purpose, which is why we have them available for you guys. All right. But you're not going to see me use this, but you want to have some on hand. Okay. You do want to have heat tape. There are times where you're going to need it. For this shirt though, I'm not going to need it. So, hey, we're going to toss it. You are going to need scissors because you need to cut down your print. All right, I'm going to turn this over because I'm not going to reveal this disrespectful print because I don't want Dallas folk coming for me. But you are going to need scissors because you are going to want to cut away the edges of your paper just in case any ink gets on the edge. Sometimes you don't see it because sublimation is heat activated. It looks invisible. It might be a little bit of ink. And the moment you press it, it activates and it binds to the shirt. So you always want to cut that away and remove the edges of the paper. So I'm going to leave it this way, and I'm going to go ahead and cut my paper down. Now, some may say to rip the paper and like tear it off to avoid the line of demarcation. You actually don't avoid it doing that. If you look, you end up with a line that's just squiggly and jagged. I also don't just kind of do this weird cut with my prints. When you do that, it's sometimes really hard to square it off and make sure that it's nice and centered. So I like to try and cut as straight as possible so that my eyes, they don't play tricks on me. So now we're going to cut this here. So I'm going to cut it down close to it. I don't really need all that paper. And then we're going to cut this down. Now, this is going on his back, so I don't know. It actually should be a good size. I forgot he was getting a large shirt and not an extra large shirt. So it could be too big, but we're going to make it work. It's going on the back of the shirt. And he probably will only wear this one time, or maybe next year when they play, he'll probably wear it, but that's not my business. Only because this has a lot of dark colors on it. I'm going to cut this little piece out. I normally don't, but just in case I got some blue, like if I got the pinwheels, because I did forget to clean my rollers, because this is a dark color, I am going to cut around this a little bit. I normally don't cut this much, but I also remember to clean my rollers. I just didn't do it this time. Okay, so we want to cut that down, right? Now, to get our center point, it is best, I'm going to do it this way. Fold your fold your print inward. I'm going to put it up to the light, make sure that my edges line up. I'm going to crease it at the top and crease it at the bottom. I'm going to do the same thing to this one. And crease it at the top and crease it at the bottom. All right. I'm going to take my shirt. I need to check my pressure. I don't typically pre-press my shirts, but I was doing some other things on here, so I need to verify my pressure. So we're going to close that. And it's a 1. That should be okay. I can probably take it down a little bit, like a half a turn. Uh-oh, hold on. I gotta disconnect my earpiece because, baby, my ear's starting to hurt. So let me disconnect my earpiece. All right. Can you guys still hear me on TikTok Shop? Thank you. Thank you, Custom Trucker, for sharing the live. Can you guys still hear me? Okay, you can still hear me. Okay, perfect. So I had to take out this earpiece. Okay, so my pressure is going to be good. As a beginner, I recommend taking your shirt, folding it in half, make sure that your armpits, your shoulders, all of that. So don't just fold it in half and like, okay, it's in half, because then it's going to not be centered. Make sure that your armpits line up. Make sure that your shoulders line up, your collar, and then you're going to put it on the press. And press it for a few seconds, okay? If you're new, this is a really, really good step to help you with visualizing and lining up your shirt. So just a few seconds to create a crease. We're going to open this up. We want to keep the collar off of the platen so that we don't have any pressure issues. We want to smooth it out. And then we're going to put our design on here. So I'm using the crease that I made. I'm taking that and I'm lining it up. All right. I want you guys to see the colors. Why do I feel like, why do it looks like it's the wrong color? Did I change this one? Oh, I hope. Oh, Lord. I don't know. Well, we're going to see if it comes out differently. So I want you guys to see the colors. Okay. Cowboy, blue, and gray. All right. So those are the colors. That's how it looks on there. Pay attention to especially that gray part. Because let me make sure. Okay, yeah, I did change it. Did I? Is that the right one? Oh, don't tell me I did that. Hold on. Okay, no, it's the right one. Whew. All right. Okay. You said don't forget the paper inside the shirt. Do I need that? She said don't forget the paper inside the shirt. Do I need paper inside my shirt? How often do I clean my rollers? If I'm doing something that has dark colors, I do it quite often. It really depends on like the design. If there's a lot of white there, I will clean it. If I'm not doing a lot of dark colors, I try and do it at least like once or twice a week. So I use it because I'm scared it will go through. Now, if you were using something like a Dollar Tree pillowcase, yep, definitely use it. If you're using a Cricut shirt, a Team 365, like any quality shirts, especially with using art paper, because you're not over sublimating it, you don't have to worry about that. Okay. All right. So I'm glad y'all know that you don't need to put paper over here. All right. So someone else says, not with your paper. All right. So we're going to take this print and we're going to line it up with the lines on the shirt. That's going to ensure that I'm centered. And because my paper wasn't tilted, that's one of the reasons. Oh, no, I don't know. That looked a little weird to me. Hold on. I said that. And as soon as I said it, it looked a little weird to me. Okay. So that's going to be nice and square on there. I like to go off of the center of the shirt with this one. So 4 fingers down would probably be okay. Sometimes it might be a little bit hard to see because I don't have a part of the design right in the center. It's off to the side. So I'm going to pull this down just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right. I'm going to leave that there. We're going to close down our press. No paper on top, no paper inside. I did not need to lint brush, and I did not have to use tape. Your heat press also, like if it's not a coated one, it might be your heat press that will cause the issues. So you may need to cover it because of your heat press. Like if your heat press scorches, then that would be a good time to that would be a good reason to protect your garment. So we're going to go ahead, close that. 365, 30 seconds. They're talking about the rollers on the printer. There's like little white rollers. I call them pinwheels. So they're white rollers to keep your paper held in place. Okay. Don't come for me. All right. All right. It's Cowboys blue and gray. Jesus. Then we're going to take our butcher paper. So we end up with this line of demarcation around the shirt because of the paper. This is polyester. It's almost like memory foam. Polyester is made of like certain polyester are made of like recycled water bottles, plastic bottles. So it takes on the shape of the edge of the paper. Paper isn't really paper thin when it comes to sublimation. So there is a line of demarcation around the shirt. So we're going to put a piece of butcher paper. This is where I use butcher paper at. We're going to take a piece of butcher paper. You have to make sure that it is fully covering your shirt. You don't want any lines on it. I have no idea what this is on this butcher paper, so I'm just going to cover that up because I have no idea what it is. To remove the lines of demarcation, we're going to take our heat press and turn the pressure. I want heavy pressure. We're going to close that for 10 to 15 seconds. Incredible evening, Shawnee D. Oh, snap. Hold on. Shoot. My bad. I came over there to look at your comments. He's trying to make his friends mad, okay? So once we do this, the print is on here. You can't use this anymore, all right? But our line of demarcation is gone, all right? Now he's about to get even more disrespectful on the back of this shirt. I have a Hotronics Fusion IQ. So I can thread my shirts and I would still only use one sheet of butcher paper for the top. If you don't have a Hotronics Fusion IQ, you are going to need to put a piece of paper underneath. What a lot of people use the tacky paper for is once you press it, you would be able to leave that paper on your shirt and you still would not need any butcher paper. Flip your shirt over like this and then be able to press the back side, and that tacky paper is going to protect your plaiting because you won't remove it. So some people always ask, what's the purpose of tacky paper? Because it will stick to your shirt. It will help prevent shifting that can cause ghosting, but it's also great if you're doing a front and back shirt so that you don't have to waste or use another piece of parchment paper, okay? So I'm going to actually use, I meant to say butcher paper, but I'm actually going to use a piece of parchment paper to protect the front side of this. Oh, I want to show the inside. You see it here, but there's nothing on this side of the shirt. It does not bleed because we did it at a lower temp, low time, so it did not over sublimate. This paper is able to sublimate 365, 30 seconds, and that avoids it starting to go through the shirt and get onto the other side, okay? So I'm going to put my parchment paper down because I'm going to, even though I can thread it, I'm going to show this the way that you guys would do a shirt. All right, I forgot to check. This is one of the reasons why I like to do the line of demarcation at the end, because now I got to figure out my pressure again. So I'm going to just put this shirt off of the heat press, adjust my pressure. Okay, we're at a 1. So we're going to put this down. Again, you want to have your collar off of your platen so that we don't have any pressure issues. And then we're going to put the other disrespectful design on the back. So for all of my cowboy fans, well, I refuse to do the other one because I'm like, man. But I like the way this kind of came out better anyway. But y'all have a saying that, you know, y'all say, and he wanted that one, but with his team on it. So, yeah. I'm going to check this with my hand on one side. Okay, so I have a little bit extra there. Wait. Okay. I'm going to have to, that's one thing, you can't really fold it again. I'm going to probably have to pull out my ruler because it's a little bit off. And I think I'm going to do it this way. But I think that's what I'm going to do. I need to be able to see. So I'm going to do my shirt this way on my platen. Oh, wait, maybe not. Ooh, it's like right to the edge. But I can fully see the shirt and know where it needs to be. And make sure that it's centered. That looks so off. All right, let me grab my ruler. Where is my ruler? I don't know. I just need a reference point, so I'm going to use my straw. Oh, it's actually... Oh, it's actually spot on. It just looks off. So I'm probably right at like a little shorter than 16 inches. Going in this direction. All right. I make sure it's actually on my heat press. Ooh, I feel like something might be off. Ah! Damn it! Yes, it is off because I burnt myself. Ow. Damn it. I burnt myself. Oh, you know I'm not using no tape. I told you I wasn't using tape. I put the tape off to the side. I was not using tape. Okay? Damn it, that hurt. Sheesh. All right. Again, you're a Cowboys fan. Don't come for me. I just designed it. I'm a Dolphin fan. So I don't like y'all that much to where I'm never putting your colors on my body. But he wanted the colors on his body, but like this. I'm not ever wearing Cowboy colors, Jets colors, Patriot colors. It's not going to happen, Captain. But the paper, the release on this paper is absolutely amazing. Despite whatever team, we're pressing. So he wanted, instead of how about them Cowboys, how about the Niners? And then we're going to put a piece of butcher paper on top of this to get rid of the line of demarcation. So what I normally do is, oh my God, I can't believe I burnt myself. But luckily it's only at 365 and not 400 because I probably would have seared my skin off. It's just a little like little tingy, not burn your skin off because I'm at 365. See, it's all about safety as well. But normally I would press all of the shirts and I would take the line of demarcation out at any time. If you have sub shirts in your closet right now, you can go and take the line out of those also. So it's not like it's a certain time frame. If you have some lines on it and it's like these are driving you nuts, it just, test it. Go get your shirt, increase your pressure, put your butcher paper down, close it for about 10 to 15 seconds, and you'll see that that line has gone away. Doesn't matter how long ago you made the shirt. Forgot to change my pressure. Oh. Wait, I saw you said, did you miss me turning the shirt? I didn't have to turn it. I can press it this way. And then my parchment paper has the print on it on the other side. Okay, now that's starting to hurt a little bit. On the inside, the other design is not over here, even with that double press. This side, same thing. Because it's at 365 and it's not overheating it, nothing transfers through. So this side, 49ers in cowboy colors. And then how about the Niners in cowboy colors? Uh-oh. So each side 30 seconds plus then the 10 to 15 seconds for the line of demarcation. I actually got a full shirt done in less time than your average paper that's going to take you 60 seconds. Okay, so let's see. 365, 30 seconds. They're going to be big mad. You may have said this, but so I use the old school Workforce 7720 printer. I use the old school Workforce 70. Well, I have a 7720 and a 7210. So it's cartridge based printers. I'm not a big fan of the Eco Tanks. I despise them. So I'm hoping that if anything ever happens to my Workforce, I'm going to go ahead and just get an F570. I would never spend money on any of the Epson Eco Tanks for sublimation. Yeah, you can press it at any time. I think I want to do my son a shirt like this in the Saints colors. Go for it. I told my brother, I was like, are you sure I said, can I do this shirt on live? And he was like, why not? You're making it. And I'm like, because what he said, disrespect is meant to be seen. They need to see it. I was like, okay. I'm a backer, so I understand. I use 13 by 19 paper. Jesse says I don't watch sports. I said that because your image was so close to the edge, just in case you had to press it again. So I've actually pressed twice, and as long as I'm not like moving it too much, it doesn't like I've pressed things like lift it up, put it back down, and I don't have any ghosting. Let's see. The shirt that I use is called Sport Tech. Sport. Thank you for the follow, Sugar Mama. So the shirts that I use, it's called Sport Tech. Sport and then TEK. Wait, where is it? So you guys can see. Hold on. Come on now, tag. Can you see it? Oh, TEK. It is a tearaway where you could leave the size, but tear away the name so that you can put your own branding. But you wouldn't have to worry about the size because you can leave the size, just tear away the Sport Tech part. I got to get it together and stop wasting my butcher paper because I'm over subbing with the time and temp. Yep. Let's see. I never tape on shirts. Never go through. All right. I thought I saw another question. She's like, build a participation to see this design. Hopefully I did not disappoint. The dispenser, Amazon. Oh, shoot. I forgot. I'm on TikTok shop. I lint brush t-shirts, but never heard. Yeah, some people lint brush all types of cups. I don't clean mine with alcohol either. It leaves streaks. If you're not using 90% alcohol, you'll end up with water streaks because the other one is mainly water. So I don't use alcohol either. Did you pre-order? Did you pre-order your rolls? Okay, so let's see. I love the design. Can I get it? You would have to put your own San Fran logo on it. I don't sell designs that have license insignias on it. I mean logos. So how about the Niner ones I can put on or any words there I can, but not with this on it. Like not with the San Fran on it. I have a 7710. Can you tell me why I'm getting a yellow ring around my prints when using premium matte? Are you using Honestly Speaking sublimation paper? Let's see. Oh, glow. Don't show you know who. So my brother, because of the game tomorrow, he wanted cowboy colors. But of course, you see what that says. And then instead of how about them Cowboys, how about them Niners? Yeah, I was going to do We Them Boys with the San Fran as the O, but I was like, man, that's a little too disrespectful, yo. I mean, anybody can say, how about, because I would say, how about them Dolphins? But the We Them Boys, I was like, that's so rude. So I couldn't do it. So we went with this design instead. Okay, so I cannot explain why you are getting that with another brand of paper. Only thing I can suggest is maybe try out our sample pack of paper. You won't have to use premium matte. I don't use premium matte at all. This was printed plain paper, bright white. I'm going to show you this side because this has darker colors on it. Plain paper, bright white. I do not use premium matte. And what I'm going to do over here, hold on, TikTok. I saw your video, how to clean rollers. Do you suggest premium matte? With Honestly Speaking sublimation paper, which I need to kind of put it here first before TikTok dings me. So with Honestly Speaking sublimation paper, no. I do not use premium matte. Now, you can use it, and it'll take forever and a day, especially if you're doing a full 13 by 19 print. It's going to take forever for that sucker to print out. So I don't use it when it comes to sublimation. I'll use it for regular prints, but not for sublimation. So the lighting is better here. So now you guys can see. This is plain paper setting, not premium matte, full saturation. And I did not have to use up a bunch of ink. So our paper allows your ink to last that much longer. When it comes to tumblers, plain paper setting, this is not premium matte. She said, girl, just buy the regular pack because once you get it, you won't ever go back. Have you ever sublimated on glass containers? Uh-oh. So I do have a frosted one here. There's no white to it. Sublimation ink is translucent, so it's going to appear darker on these, whether it's frosted or clear. Clear looks more like stained glass because there is no white to it. Hi from Jacksonville. Can I show the pack of what our paper? Hold on. I'm going to switch you guys over. Oh, I just realized I never switched the microphone over. So our paper comes in 13 by 19. Eight and a half by 14, which, oh, this is the tacky paper though. I don't know why you guys like to sleep on 8.5 by 14-inch paper. Whether you are, no matter which printer you have, you can use 8.5 by 14. Those printers aren't limited to 8.5 by 11. You can use legal size paper in all Epson printers and the Sawgrass printer. I don't see it right now, but we also carry 11 by 17 and the 8.5 by 11. Oh, wait, you can't see it. Hold on. We have several people who have the F570. Now, I don't know the settings. I know Tim says he has issues with the tacky paper with the F570. He hasn't quite figured out the settings. There's a few people in the group that use it. You'd have to find out from them what settings they use. The only paper I use works wonders on my prints. Thank you for that. So this is the paper. This is the tacky. Tacky has a temporary tack when you press it. It can help prevent ghosting, but there's very minimum ghosting with our fast dry. I personally prefer fast dry. I only use tacky if I'm piecing something together. That's just me. But the other benefit of it is if you're doing front and back, once you press it and it sticks to it, you can then flip it and you don't have to worry about butcher paper at all. Just make sure when you're using the tacky paper though, you have to pre-press. You have to remove the moisture when you're using tacky paper because of the adhesive. It won't stick if you don't pre-press. So for me, this is just faster because I don't have to pre-press and I don't get ghosting. All right, so make sure that you guys check out the cart. TikTok shop is they always kind of have deals and promotions. If it's like your first time order, you can at the top when you go into the shop to select your paper, it might offer you 50% or 40% off or even free shipping. We've had some people that got 50% off and they got free shipping. So they got a really, really great deal when they purchased it through our TikTok shop. Yes, I have all her paper and ink. I love them. Love your ink and paper. I only products I use. Thank you. So what's a good printer for sublimation? I despise EcoTank printers. So you can use them. I'm not going to say that they don't work. To me, for me, the maintenance on them and the fact that your lines back out, their lines can backflow. People have issues where like it just stops printing all of a sudden you get this, you get a clog. You're printing all the time and it just backflows. I can't stand EcoTank printers for that reason. There's really no way to perform maintenance on it because you can't really get to the lines or the head to blow them out. So I'm not a big fan of the EcoTank printers. Now, if you want an EcoTank printer, I'm going to recommend 16600 and 16650. They are on the pricier side. So when I recommend those, most people are like, "Ooh, no, that's too rich for my blood." They are $1,000 at either 1,300 or 1,100, 1,130. I forget which one, but they're up there. They're pretty pricey. So they're well over $1,000 for those EcoTank printers. For me, as far as recommending one, it'll be the 16600, 16650. Can you use the other ones? Yes, you can. I don't like the maintenance issues with them. I don't like how the colors come out. So they're not like one where I'm just going to shout it to the mountaintops. Go get an 8550, go get a 15,000, go get a 20, whatever. When it comes to the EcoTank printers, it's 16600, 16650. Unfortunately, when it comes to the workforce printers, the ones that, like this was 2 years ago, I'd be recommending that you go out and you get a workforce 7710, 7720, 7210. The newer workforces, they have a single-use chip. Because they are a wider chip, they got way too many pinwheels. So you end up having way too many issues with that because of where those pinwheels are. It's like it hits those things immediately. They start to create pinwheel marks. The pinwheels are very aggressive, even when you're using it as a regular printer, and it digs into the paper. So I don't like it because of that. So if it were me, the printers that I, the professor, would recommend if you're getting started, understand it may not fit in your budget, but you ask them what I would recommend. It's going to be the F170, which is Epson's small format printer. It's like $399, $349, somewhere in there. It is only 8.5 inches wide. If you want to print 13 inches, Epson does not have an actual Epson 13-inch sublimation printer. You have to go up to the 24-inch one. You can use 13 by 19 paper in that printer, but it's a 24-inch printer that's going to run you over $2,000. And then the 16600, 16650. Those are the only printers that I actually recommend. Are those the only printers that you can use? No, but they are the only ones that I recommend. The 16600 and 16650 are EcoTank printers, correct? No, I have an old school workforce printer, so I still use. My printer is the cartridge equivalent to the 16600 and 16650. So I still have my Epson 7720s and 7210s. You're not going to find those unless you find a really, really old one someone's selling. Some people may still have some in the box. I have 2 brand new ones in the box. No, I'm never selling them. If you do find someone selling, they might sell it way above market value. I love my 7710 and my 7820. So, I mean, it's not a bad printer, but because of the chip situation, I don't recommend the workforces anymore. Yeah, Epson F170. F170 is the small format one. Is your ink compatible with those printers? Of course, our ink is technically compatible with all printers, like meaning you can put it in there. I don't want to go through the whole spiel about EcoTank printers and your colors being inaccurate. But technically, our ink can be put into any of those printers. Now, if you're referring to the F170 and the F570, those are sublimation printers. They come with sublimation ink. You never want to use a third-party ink in a printer that is made to print that way. So I would never recommend using, honestly speaking, ink in an F570 or F170. Just purchase the Epson ink. Now, if you have to, you can't find it, hey, you can use our sublimation ink in there. It may be, the colors just might be a little bit off, okay? Because that is made for sublimation. Our ink is sold as a third-party ink for printers that you are converting. Yes, you are still converting an EcoTank printer, even though you're just pouring the ink in, because the ink that comes in that box is not sublimation ink. Do I like my BN20? Yes, I do like it. I like it more so as a printer than a cutter. It cuts really slow. It prints slow too, but it's one of the best prints out there. So I do like my BN20. But I don't use mine for HTV though. I use mine for adhesive vinyl. Did you just say that you don't recommend the chips anymore? So they're too hit or miss based off of which firmware that you have. And we don't have a firmware update for the 7310. The 7820, 7840, if you've purchased chips from us or cartridges from us, we can send you that firmware update to roll back to the old one, but it's too much. So until they make a chip that's compatible with the new firmware, we won't be carrying the chips anymore. I looked up the 7710, 720 last week to get one for my niece, Sublimation and Law. Yes, because people are price gouging on them because they're no longer in circulation. They're no longer manufactured. So a lot of times it's scammers or just people hiking up the price. Yep. They're asking a lot of money for them. All right. Thank you guys for contributing to the goal. I appreciate it. All right, so I'm going to turn off the shop right now because they're asking some other questions. But I also got to get out of here, guys. It is late. It is almost 9 o'clock, so I'm about to get out of here. Even though I don't have the shop on, I don't have anything pinned to the bottom. If you guys go to our page and you go on the second tab, it is the shop. So you can shop anytime. I don't have to be live. So if you want to go back and re-up on get paper, take advantage of the discounts that they have and that they're offering, just go to my page, click on the second tab, and you will see the shop. I don't have to be live for you to order from TikTok Shop. I know you don't like the Epson ETs for sublimation. However, I have a 2720. If using your paper, should I update my settings? Okay. So the settings on our paper is so that, you can always use plain paper. I'm still going to recommend, Adobe RGB, Gamma 1.8, or you can use ICM. As far as the color settings, you'll just have to do test. But plain paper setting, yes, I'm always going to recommend that. You never need to use premium matte with our paper. So it's still going to be plain paper, bright white, quiet mode on, and then adjust your density. And then you decide which color setting, Adobe, Epson Vivid, ICM, which one's going to be best for your needs and whatever you're printing. I actually switch between them. Like when I showed this one, I had to do a test. On this particular one, it wasn't that much of a difference between Adobe and ICM, but I do test prints all the time. The F170 is a tank printer, but it is a true sublimation printer that is a tank type printer. No, we don't. We're out of chips right now. And until they update the firmware, we're not carrying them. We made that announcement a while ago. We are not carrying the chips for those. We're not reordering them until they are updated for the new firmware. I know it's hard for some of you guys, but it's worse for us because people blame us when it doesn't work. They want to do chargebacks when it clearly states it on our website that they may not work and that we don't issue full refunds. You can only get a store credit. Then they don't want to pay to send it back. And I have to go off on people. And I've been trying to remain professional, but people like to take you there because they're using a third-party product. Some people are not so nice. And I don't want to have to snap. Like I get tired of trying to, we get tried too much from folks about those chips. So until it at least works with the latest updates, or until we find the rollback for the 7310. So we have a rollback for the 7820, 7840, but we don't have one for the 7310, and there's really no way for us to tell. So what printer someone has. So as of right now, we have halted on ordering new chips for those printers. All right. Any other questions about sublimation and doing shirts? So you guys see, much faster way when you are using our paper. I did not have to use tape. I didn't have to put butcher paper on the inside. That's time and that's money, putting butcher paper on the inside. I didn't have to put one on top. I didn't have to lint brush. That's also time. And then I cut my time down. I did not have to do 60 seconds or 50 seconds. I did 30 seconds with my Hottronics. You may have to do 40. And then, of course, to take the line of demarcation out. This is the result. Plain paper, bright white, 365, 30 seconds. Yes, you can get. We do have the cartridges, but then you have to like put more ink in those, or you can just slide those chips off and put them on. But you are paying for the cartridge itself as well. I can attest you do tell customers about the update because you told me for my 812 XLs exactly. I just got home and couldn't watch from the beginning. I will be able to go back and watch. Yes, to see how I did the shirt. Yes, you will. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you first for your time and knowledge. Much appreciated. You are very welcome, my fellow professor. All right, y'all. I am out of here. I will see you guys on Monday. Not for Q&A. If you haven't heard the announcement, I do demos like this, but it's to showcase my paper. um, just general demos. We're no longer really doing those or Q&As. I answer questions in this because I was demoing the paper for, and I needed to do this for a TikTok shop, and I also needed for content to pull it and make some video content for TikTok. But we don't do live. That's my cue to go home. We don't do live Q&As anymore. So I won't be live on Monday with that, but we're going to talk about the design challenge and the fact that you guys will have another opportunity. It won't be like today. We had a great 4 hours, but for those who were not able to make it, I'm going to go over it and figure out what date. It'll probably be midweek, but we're going to have another live session if you wanted to participate in the design challenge, but experience it live and be able to go step by step. A lot of people say it's not just about purchasing and watching the playback. It's that not setting time and not prioritizing time. So when they know that they have to be in class at a specific time, they're prioritizing that time and they're going to sit down at their computer and actually go through all of the steps. So we're going to schedule another live session next week for the exact same challenge 4. So I will be on live Monday to talk about that as well. Okay. She said today's Zoom was awesome. I thank you, those who rode out for 4 hours with us, because we went through a lot. Like, I teach design. I teach graphic design. I don't just teach how to just throw some things on on the design page. We talked about negative space. We talked about layout and setup and sizing and positioning things. We talked about visualizing or kind of looking at a design, determining which method you're going to use, which is going to determine how you design it. I showed them how to do sublimation to glitter, like, how to set that up. We went through a lot of designing. So we spent a full 4 hours in this session. So when we do the one during the week, I'm not going to go through as much because you will still have access to that other playback as well. But we're going to go through the steps of the design, and then you can go watch the bonus content from today. Almost 4 hours we spent. It was an amazing time. We had a lot of troopers that stayed on the full 4 hours because it wasn't fluff. It wasn't like you're sitting there learning nothing. Every minute of that 4 hours was learning. You learned something every single minute of those 4 hours. She's like, it went by so fast. Yeah, because we looked up and I was like, wait a minute. It's been, at first it was like 3 hours, and then we started answering questions about the bonus and just different things. Thank you guys for being so engaging in the session. And then by the time we looked up, it was just about 4 hours. I was like, okay, no, we got to go, y'all. We can't be here all day. But I thank you guys for hanging out with me and just being interactive in the live today. That design for $5. Y'all got 4 hours for $5.63. Yes, that Zoom was everything. And you can still purchase access to it and get access to the live Zoom that will take place later on this week. Okay. I was trying to show you this shirt one last time. I got to take a picture though before I leave here. Best money spent. She says, pass along the word about the classes and challenges and trainings and everything else. Yes, please do. All right. And don't forget to visit the website, guys. It's scrolling across the bottom. If you are learning anything from our platform, please show the love back and support by purchasing ink, paper, a class, a digital file. We have a lot of different resources. Even if you don't do sublimation, we have classes. We have, because everyone needs to know how to design. You know, we even broke down with this, the design that we did. It wasn't just for sublimation. I use it for sublimation to glitter, but we talked about how you can use, I showed them how to make a sticker from it. So many different things that you can make once you learn how to design. So go over and see what classes are going to be most beneficial to you. All right. Until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.